Right now, your brain is deciding whether you are allowed to feel pain, and sometimes it says no. A soldier gets his leg shredded by shrapnel and feels almost nothing. A runner snaps a bone mid-race and keeps going for another mile. You slam your knee into a table, look down, and only then does it start to scream. The injury was already there. The pain waited for permission. Here is the part nobody tells you. Pain is not a measurement of damage. Pain is a decision your brain makes about damage, and your brain lies to you about it constantly. Think about that. The thing you trust to tell you when your body is hurt is the same thing actively editing whether you feel it at all. So why would it do that? Why would your own brain hide an injury from you? There are 3 tricks running behind the curtain, and once you see them, you cannot unsee them. The first trick is called stress-induced analgesia. When your brain decides you are in danger, it floods your system with its own painkillers, chemicals stronger than most pills in your cabinet. And this is not a theory. In 1946, a doctor named Henry Beecher studied 225 badly wounded soldiers fresh off the battlefield in Italy. These were serious wounds, shattered bones, deep tissue damage. And yet, when he asked them, fewer than 1 in 4 wanted anything for the pain. Fewer than 1 in 4. Civilians with far smaller injuries beg for relief. So what was different? The soldiers who survived were being pulled off the battlefield. For them, the wound meant the fighting was over. Their brains read the situation as escape, not threat, and turned the pain down. The pain was never about the size of the wound. It was about what the wound meant. Feel how strange that is. Your brain is not reporting your body. It is reporting your situation. Which leads to the second trick. Pain is not one signal traveling one direction. Your brain sends commands back down your spinal cord that can block a pain message before it ever arrives. Picture a gate. When the gate is open, the signal reaches you and you hurt. When your brain slams it shut, the signal is stopped at the door. This is why rubbing a banged elbow actually helps. You are flooding the gate with touch signals and crowding out the pain. It is why you can be so absorbed in a game or a fight or a moment that a real injury does not register until later. Your attention was holding the gate shut. The damage was knocking the whole time. You just were not listening. So ask yourself, how many times has something hurt only after you noticed it? The third trick is the rarest, and it is the one that proves the whole point. There are people who never feel pain at all, not once. It comes from a change in a single gene called SCN9A, which builds the tiny channel that carries pain into your nervous system. Break that one channel, and pain simply never arrives. This condition is called congenital insensitivity to pain, and it is estimated to affect fewer than 1 in a million people. You might think these are the luckiest people alive. They are not. Children with this condition bite off pieces of their own tongue. They break bones and keep walking on them. They scald themselves without flinching. Many do not survive childhood because pain is the alarm that keeps you alive, and they were born with the wires cut. That is the twist. The thing you spend your whole life trying to avoid is the thing quietly protecting you every single day. Now step back and look at all 3 together, because they are telling you one thing. Pain is not coming from your body. It is coming from your brain. The wound sends a request. Your brain decides the answer based on how much danger you are in, how much attention you are paying, and whether the alarm is even wired up. Damage and pain are 2 different things, and your brain is the translator standing between them, choosing every word. This is not just a strange fact. It changes how you deal with pain. When something hurts, part of that hurt is threat, and your brain amplifies whatever feels threatening. This is why anxiety makes pain worse, and why calm makes it quieter. It is why a headache feels enormous at 2 a.m. when you are alone and afraid, and smaller in daylight when you feel safe. The physical signal barely moved. The meaning around it changed. So the next time you are hurting, try this. Slow your breathing down and drop your shoulders, because a calmer brain reads less danger and turns the volume down. Give your attention somewhere else on purpose and watch the gate start to close. And when a pain is sharp and sudden and refuses to quiet, listen to it, because that is the one your brain decided you truly needed to hear. Your pain was never a lie. It was a message. The real question is, who is actually sending it? So here is what I want to know. When was the last time something hurt only after you saw the damage, not before? Tell me in the comments. If your brain just got a little more interesting to you, subscribe to the Smart Stick. There's more where this came from.